In a previous video in this playlist, we shared a couple of different folders in Windows Server 2016 using Active Directory. Now what we're going to do is we're going to calculate the permissions. Now I explained in the previous video how to calculate the permissions manually, but there is a way in case you've got a lot of different share and security types of permissions set to have Windows calculate that for you. So let's take our sales folder, for instance. We're going to right click on that and we're going to go to Properties. Now we're going to go to Security and we're going to go to Advanced. Now we're going to Effective Access. So let's select our user and we're going to choose Administrator. And we'll click Check Names. Administrator shows up and we click OK. Then we'll select a device and we're on the DC01 server. So we'll go ahead and type in DC01 and then we'll click OK. Very good. Now we'll click on View Effective Access that the administrator has to this folder. Let's scroll down and we see the administrator has all types of access. Every type of access that the folder has, you can use as the administrator. So let's make a change. We've got some other users in our Active Directory and we're going to go ahead and give them less access and see how this is calculated. Let's go ahead and choose this user called Test. Now Test is just a general user, member of only domain users group, and that is the minimum you can be in order to be a user in Active Directory. Let's go ahead and close that. And now we're going to go back to our permissions, and let's start with the sharing permissions. So on the share side, let's go to Advanced Permissions. We see everyone has full access. Okay, that's good. Everyone has full access. On the security side, we see that domain users also have full access. Now remember, Test is a member of domain users. Let's go ahead and go to Advanced, and we're going to go to Domain Users, and we're going to knock that all the way down to just read access. Now remember, administrators have all access. We just saw that. So now what we should see is it's going to combine the sharing tab and the security tab, and it's going to give us whatever the least amount of access is, and then that should be what our effective access is. So that means that our test user should only be able to read files and do nothing else. So let's click on Advanced, and let's click on Effective Access. We're going to select a user, and the user is going to be Test. Now let's select a device, and once again, DC01. Okay, click View Effective Access, and let's scroll down. So we know we don't have full control. We know we can't write. We can't delete. We do, however, have read permissions, which is fantastic. Now, included in read permissions are some sub-permissions, such as we can traverse the folder. Basically, we can just click around the different files and folders. We can list the folder so we can see the files. We have read attributes. We can also create files and folders, but we cannot edit any data that we create, which doesn't seem very useful, does it? So the read access is all we get, and that's exactly what I expected. So let's make another change. Now remember, the test user is a member of the domain users group, but let's add the test user specifically. So test, check names. Let's give the test user full control of the sales folder. So now what's going to happen? We have, as the domain user, you only have read access, but the individual test user has full access. So what access will test have? Well, what it does is, I said earlier that you have least permissions get applied, but the least permissions applied is only between security and sharing. So what it does before it applies these least permissions is it adds up the permissions under each tab. So for instance, test has full here, test has read-only here. If we add those permissions together, we have full access. Under sharing, the test account is a member of everyone. Obviously, you've got to be a member of everyone if you're a user. So now we have full access here under sharing, and we have full access here under security because we added these two together. So the least amount of access between the security and sharing tab is still full access. So if we click on advanced effective access, we'll just double check, click on test, and then click on DC01, click view effective access, and look at that, we have all access. All right, one last thing we're going to do is we're going to go on the sharing side. And on the sharing side, we're going to say permissions, and we're going to say that everyone has read access. So let's go ahead and apply. There we go. We're going to apply. Okay, so now we take this the opposite direction. Under sharing, the test user, who's a member of everyone, has read access. On the security side, we already know the test user has full access. So again, we're going to add up the permissions on the security side, full access. We're going to add up the permissions on the sharing side, which is just one permission, which is read access. So our effective access should be just read, because that's the least amount of access between sharing and security. So let's go to effective access. We'll put in our test one more time. Check name. And then we'll go here. You don't even have to click check name if you spelled it right. And let's go ahead and scroll down. And we see, once again, we only have read permissions and those other sub permissions that go underneath read. So as you can see, neither security nor the sharing tab has greater rights than each other. It uses a calculation and uses the least amount of access between the two. However, it does add up the access in each tab prior to doing the least access between the two tabs. So it's kind of confusing, and not a lot of people really understand this. But if you can grasp this, maybe watch this video a couple of times, you can grasp this, then you can be one of the better IT administrators that are out there in the world.